On today's video, we're going to be talking about how the last player in Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS finally called it quits after 7 months. Also, Nintendo financials are here, and we're going to be taking a look at some of the highlights. And Nintendo Switch 2 is still on track to be announced within this fiscal year. But what's Nintendo have up their sleeve for the next 4 months? I have some thoughts on that. We're going to jump into it. Before we do, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. First up, let's talk about how this player has been going for 7 months within Mario Kart 7, just in an endless loop of the online victory lap until yesterday. Taking a look at an article from Nintendo Life here, it says, yep, as the final player falls, the Nintendo network is officially dead. After enduring 7 months of Mario Kart lobbies, the last standing player took to Twitter this morning to share a 3DS crash forced them out of the game. It's over, Fish Guy wrote in a brief caption. Rest in peace, Nintendo Network. So the Wii U lost its remaining players in July. Now comes 7 months after the Nintendo Network was shut down. The last player is finally gone. And what a good run he had. Shout out to Fish Guy 6564 for keeping that game alive for an extra 7 months. Well, let's get into some of the highlights from Nintendo's financials. First up, we're going to take a look at Paper Mario and how it has sold more than the original outing on the GameCube. And it's not by much, but it did sell more. So Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is now over 1.94 million units. And in the last 3 months, it sold another 180,000 copies. That exceeds the original game lifetime sales of 1.91 million units on the GameCube. And it is fantastic to see games like this make their way to the Switch and do so well. Next up, I think one that everybody's kind of been wondering about is how did The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom do? Well, since its release on the 26th of September, it has sold 2.58 million units, which is not bad at all. Now, these are not even close to Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, and it's not even quite as strong as Link's Awakening, but it still has time. It's only been out just over a month, so be interesting to see where this one finally lands when it's all said and done, but it is definitely worth a pickup, and if you are a fan of 2D Zelda games, do not sleep on this one. It is fantastic. I could not put it down when I picked it up and was able to complete it, which those of you that have listened for quite a while know that I do not complete many games, and this is one that I had to complete because I enjoyed it so much. So do not sleep on The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom if you have yet to play it. Next up, we're going to take a look at the top 10 best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch as just kind of our final highlight of the financials. And coming in at number 10 is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, followed next by Super Mario Party, then The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Animal Crossing New Horizons at number 2, and of course, on top, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I believe that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is at the center of the conversation around the Switch 2 and when it's going to be announced. And we're going to get into all of these reasons right now. So why will Nintendo wait until after the holidays? Well, their hardware projections are only down by 1 million. Mario Kart is still an absolute beast with 1.37 million units last quarter, with a total of 64.27 million units like we talked about earlier. And if you include the Wii U, it is sitting at a total of 72.73 million units lifetime. That's crazy. These are some insane numbers where I think we're 8 million short from like Wii Sports Resorts, which was a pack-in with the Wii. I think, give or take, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but that's crazy. Mario Kart's marketing does not seem to slow down. McDonald's Happy Meals, they're very much Mario Kart 8 Deluxe branded. I went and looked at past Happy Meals with Mario Kart, and they typically just say Mario Kart. These ones are very specific to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There are 2 separate Mario Kart Switch bundles this holiday. 6 days ago, Nintendo released a Mario Kart ad 3 days ago, they released an ad that has Mario Kart being played at the end. As I was on YouTube earlier, that same ad showed up as a sponsored video, and it was only the last 6 seconds or so of that ad showcasing just Mario Kart. And we have a Mario Kart Lego set that's coming out Q4 on January 1st. On top of all that, go into any retailer with a clothing section and try not to find a Mario Kart t-shirt or sweatshirt or some kind of Mario Kart merchandise. It's everywhere. Nintendo is also marketing Mario Wonder, Animal Crossing, and Mario Party Jamboree. We already have Q4 games announced for the Switch, Donkey Kong Returns, and Xenoblade Chronicles X. So when do we see the Switch 2 announcement? When is it finally going to hit? One option may be mid-January with a teaser, then a February showcase with pre-orders going live before the end of Q4. I'm leaning more towards teased in March, showcased in June around E3, with a holiday launch of 2025. I hope that's not the case because I want to be playing something prior to that. And what do they do up until that point? Well, there's a few other things they could do. So as long as investors are happy, it gives Nintendo more time to prepare for this launch. The hardcore fans are always going to want more and want it now, me included. This is an opportunity for Nintendo to reach more people with sales and bundles. So after Q4, announce price cuts on the hardware and the software with the Player's Choice line, with messaging that includes how all current games will run on Switch 2 and could possibly see a boost with DLSS. Longer prep time means more Switch 2s available at launch and a solid run of first-party games for the first 12 to 18 months. And that's really important that we see a similar launch cycle to what we saw with the original Switch, where it was literally banger after banger from Nintendo month after month because they did not have the support of third party. Now, with that support there, do we see more of a mix of first and third party? Sure. Will it be much easier for third party to get on board? Absolutely. Nintendo may be pumping the brakes a bit just to get more third-party games ready to go for when this system launches. There's so many different possibilities here, but I don't think any of it is bad. It's just that we are having a very hard time being patient. You know, as hardcore fans, it's hard to wait when we want a new 3D Mario, Mario Maker 3, a new Mario Kart, but we will be eating very well once everything is announced. Super Mario Bros. Celebrates 40 years in 2025, and that could mean a year of Mario goodness. Now, I'm going to jump into the player pulse section, which is from my Discord. And my question was, what are your thoughts on Nintendo waiting until after the holiday to announce the Switch 2? From Aaron, it says, smart. I've always said that they would have a January-March direct for a fall 2025 release so they don't hurt their Christmas 2024 sales. Nate says, I always thought it was possible since they are way under their 13 million projected, but March, here we come. I'm thinking an early fall release like September. Possibly they can drop the OG Switch prices for Black Friday. M says it would be a little too rushed to do it in time for Christmas now to get that marketing and hype done rather than just have it flop and be forgotten, but I don't know. I think it would have done really well in the run up to Christmas, like building excitement, game releases for people to have for Christmas, playing with families, etc. That said, in January could be a nice release without other holiday marketing distractions, play into marketing a Blue Monday or whatnot. Cryptic says, I feel it's smart to hold off on any announcement till after the holiday season. That being said, I think we can crush the idea of it being released anytime in spring of 2025. With titles like Donkey Kong and Xenoblade in January and March, I wouldn't be surprised if something is shown in February. Nintendo just said announcement, so I'm guessing fall release with a blowout event during E3 month in June. Gigglepants says, I'll go insane. I want a new Animal Crossing. In my perfect world, I would get it for Christmas, but that just won't happen with laughing emojis. Silver says, Prime 4 has to be a Switch 2 launch title for sure. And that is a very real possibility. So that is going to do it for this one. But what do you think? Why is Nintendo waiting to release the Switch 2 or give us more information on it? From the looks of things and how they are marketing everything this year, I think they are doing one massive push to get their games out at full price, to get the system out with full price with Mario Kart bundled in there. Following the holiday season, I believe we could see a price drop of the Switch and see a player's choice line that has all of these games at a discounted price, just to see that extra boost in numbers prior to the launch of Switch 2. It's an exciting time nonetheless, and I know there's probably a lot of you that are disappointed, but I want to know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you in the next one.